Today it's Tuesday, February 6, 2024, and I have to perform a leak down test. Yay. Now, what I have done here, the previous tools that I had, I modified to have the same fitting. The only difference is on the pressure, this is for the compression pressure, to test it. I had a check valve, and on the cylinder leakage tester, on this one, leak down test, I didn't have a check valve because no need on this one. What's the problem now with the BMWs? N63, S63, and it has an offset, the spark plug, and I cannot put inside this adapter because it's touching to the wall, all right? So before what I did, I get one pipe like this, a little bit longer, and I was using it for three reasons. One reason is if you want to change the valve seals and you want to keep the valves closed, you are opening the spark plug, you put this tool, you put some pressure inside, you hold in the damper pulley to don't spin the crank, and you can remove the valve springs and change the seals. That's one. Second thing, how I was using the previous adapter that I had. It's when you try to remove the fuel injector, you are pushing some air inside of the cylinder of the combustion chamber, so when you open the fuel injector, don't feel any garbage inside of the cylinder. And the third one, it's for the leak down test, okay? What I have done here, I have opened this adapter from the compression tester here, because the compression tester has different fitting, has this kind of fitting. The check valve, it's here inside, that you bleed the air. In this case, I don't want it, no need. Actually, even if I keep it on, it's gonna be the same, but okay. Now, on the leak down tester, obviously the fitting, it doesn't fit, it's not the same. It has different fitting here, different fitting here. So very simply what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just put this one here, and I'm gonna use it as a leak down test. I need to put some Teflon here, liquid Teflon, to don't have any leak. All right. By the way, now I discovered that also the compression tester, they give you extra check valve with a spring. That's nice. That's not bad at all. It's always welcome. Yeah. All right, so that's the thing. Let me set it up. I need these things. This I'm gonna keep it here because I'm gonna fix it as it was before. All right, that's what I need only. And then we're going out on the engine to check to make the leak down test. Now, before I make the leak down test, before I perform it, before I go outside, what I have done here, I put a high pressure pipe here with one clamp. I block it to don't pass air from here. You can see from here that's not passing, I already tested, all right? And I have the cage here. My target is to go to the first line of the set here, because on zero it's too much the pressure, I don't want to go there. So what's happening here? As soon as I'm gonna put pressure, now it might open from here, we're gonna see, yeah, all right. The thing is that when it fly out, it's gonna come to my face, it's gonna hit me, all right. Let's stay down there, better. Okay, so to reach on the first line, that's the first line. To go there, I need 90 psi, and it's not leaking anything here. There's no leak. All right, I'm at 90 psi, and I'm here. What's happening now? If to reach here I need more than 90 psi, most probably we're gonna go with 40 because it's too much. In any case, we're gonna see how it's gonna work on the engine. Well, it's gonna be much better. Now, if I want to go there and it's more than 90 psi, that means there is a leak. I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna create some small leak to show you the difference. I'm not gonna touch the cage at all. I'm gonna keep it as this. Here it says 90 psi. And here, no, actually this will gonna drop down. You're gonna see in a second. 1 second for you. I'm gonna just create, I'm gonna open a little bit the vice grip there to create a vacuum leak. Pressure leak. Dang it, pressure leak, not vacuum, pressure, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna do it by hand. Yeah. All right. So now, if I release some air, see that this is going down. Now, my 0 point, that's my 0 point. 90 psi from here, that's the cage here. If I see yeah, I had a different cage before, it was much better than this one. Yeah, okay. Later on in the future, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this cage. I don't want to see percentage, I want to see actual leak, how many psi it's leaking. Because now I'm gonna see only percentage of the leak. If I open it, if let us say this is a 10% leak as per the cage, alright, but it's not leaking at all. I'm gonna call it this my 0 point. This is gonna be the 10%, this is gonna be 30%, this is gonna be 40%, and so on. It depends the leak. Now you can say that it's gonna be, let's say 0 for 90 psi, then you have 10% of 90 psi. You're gonna have 9 psi of leak. There, no, that's the thing. I'm gonna change this cage later on, like I said. It was, the previous one was different. Or if I flip it, it might be, let me see 1 second. It's early in the morning, eh? Give me a break, I haven't even drank a coffee yet. Taking it out, I'm going to make the test. Somebody mentioned the video yesterday, he placed a comment, that these cables are better to pass more amperes. Yes, it's much better. But me, I was saying different thing. I was saying that when you connect the battery and you connect these cables, it's not transferring all the amperes of the battery. It's losing some because of the cables. If I had the thin cables like this one, like these two cables, what has the jump starter here, okay, you can make one test and you can see that it's the RPMs of the starter are gonna be much greater with with the half thickness of this cable. That's what I was explaining yesterday. It will gonna pass more amperes, yes, but it gonna need also more amperes because of the wire itself. Again, I'm not an electrician, out of experience I'm talking. Now, back at the engine, with the help of the camera, bring the piston on top of the center, then I have to bring the brake bar to support it, to don't spin the crank, and connect the device for a leak down test. It will gonna be very helpful if I had somebody to hold the tester there and this one there, because now it's on the air, it might turn. Number 1 cylinder, 90 psi. Remember that 10% it was a 0 point, now it's at 5-6%. I hear some sound, sounds like exhaust valve leak from here. It sounds like it's leaking in the exhaust manifold. Okay, now the port number 1, let's spray some WD-40 there inside to have a look. Okay, found WD-40. Hey, you have also the intake valves. If you clean it up, it's gonna be fine. If you just lap it, it's much better to leak from the valves than to leak from the piston rings. It's fine, and it's not a crazy leak. It's 6%, if you like. Alright, let's jump to the number 2. This is nice. If we see same thing in all of them, or even less, this is amazing. Cylinder number 2, top dead center, closed valves, 90 psi, and we see again 6% of leak. I can hear from the exhaust again. Alright, and let's see now the valves. Oh, come on now, how are we gonna do it? I don't see nothing. Alright. Okay, fine. So, yeah, the sound is louder because the manifold, it has different length. So it depends if it's a short or long, you can change the sound. Makes sense, right? And you see that one from the number 4 it goes to bank 2, and from the number 8 goes to bank 1. So yeah, you're gonna hear a little bit different sound, but it's the same rate of leak. And it's a direct injection, turbocharged application, and the exhaust valves definitely need to lap it, need to clean it. Okay, lovely. Same thing like the number 1. That's a good news. Moving on. Cylinder number 3, 90 psi. I'm gonna call it 7 to 8%. The zero is here, by the way, not here. 90 psi, if I block the pipe, it goes to 10% here at this point. So here it's my zero. That means here I have 7%. Let's call it 7%. I can hear it from the exhaust. And number 3, right? Yeah, number 3. Let's see the valves. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's continue with number 4. Just for comparison. All right. That's the number 3. That's the number 4 here. You see, when you spray it's like this, not like this. Let's go to the number 4. Cylinder number 4, 90 psi, 4%. And it sounds less. I don't know if you can pick it up, the camera, the phone. That's a little bit. Let's see also the intake valve. Yeah, you see a little bit bubbles there. The right one looks much better than the left one. The left one has a small leak from there. Yeah. Keep in mind that even if it fell a bit of carbon or a little bit of dust and it go between the seat and the valve, it might cause this. So once again, I'm happy that I hear a valve leak and not from a piston down to the block. This is amazing. Alright, let's go to number 5. Cylinder number 5. If I remember right, the cylinder number 5 had less compression, the number 5 and number 6, from the rest cylinders. Now, once again, 90 psi, you see here 10, 20, 25% leak. And from where? Exhaust. Where I put the WD-40? I keep it from the other side. Let's see also the intake valves. Alright. Not something crazy from the intake valves, but this is what you hear from the exhaust. And by the way, like I said, I'm using the endoscope camera here to make sure that the valves are closed and I'm top dead center. Let's jump to the number 6. Now, the number 6, like the number 5, yesterday had a less compression. We have 90 psi and then we have here 10, 20, 23% of leak. Okay, I hear much more the intake than the exhaust. I can hear the exhaust, but the intake is much more. Oh boy, yep, it's the left one. He grabbed something there. Yeah, it's the left one. Maybe grab any garbage over there. Jumping to number 7. This corresponding again to the compression pressure that I get yesterday on these two cylinders. Let's see 7 and 8. Cylinder number 7, if I remember right, the 7, the 8 had the best compression pressure from any other cylinder. And 90 psi once again, you see here less than 3 psi, 3%, sorry, 3% of leak. Alright? I hear the exhaust valve. Alright, and then let's see the intake. Cylinder number 7, what did I say? Cylinder number 3, yeah, okay, 7 cylinder, okay. Slightly, nothing. Not something crazy. This 1 minute lapping both valves is gonna be beautiful. You're gonna have a nice pattern, you're gonna seal 100%. It's not a big deal, this one. Yeah, nice. Let's jump to the number 8, last cylinder, to finalize the video. Cylinder number 8, 90 psi, 2% of leak. Alright, that's what I was expecting to see actually, because these cylinders, they performed well yesterday. Now, it's gonna make sense what you see here when I open the engine, if I open the engine actually, because I don't know if the owner, he wants me to open the engine. Yeah, minor. I don't know if the owner, he's gonna decide to run the engine as it is. It will gonna run, you're not gonna have any problem. As soon as you're gonna warm up, you're gonna open and close the valves, you're gonna seal much better. If I was able, let us say, to run the engine on the car and then get compression pressure, you're still gonna be much better. So if I open the engine, if you decide the owner that he wants to open the engine and build it, then you're gonna see the valves, and then it's gonna make much more sense. The yesterday video with the pressure, the today's video with the leak down test, and the next video if I build it, on how it looks like the valves. Good thing is that it's not leaking. If there was a problem with the piston rings, if it was burned the piston rings, or if it had a melt piston, you're gonna hear a blow by, you're not gonna see nothing, you're not gonna hear nothing from the exhaust valves or from the intake valves, because the most leak is gonna be down from the combustion chamber to the engine block. And where you're gonna see that, you're gonna see on the breather, on the PCV, you can block everything. What can you do? You can block everything and go, let us say, block also this one and fix an adapter with one pressure gauge to see how much pressure is building up inside. Not too much, because you're gonna explode the rear seal or the front seal. And you're not gonna explode it, you can start leaking. It depends the leak. But in this case, like I said, I'm happy. It looks okay. I already checked inside also with the camera, the cylinders. Now, if the valves need a little bit lapping, or if you want to change some valves, I doubt they need to be changed just by lapping. We're gonna see when comes the time. Alright? Now let me get the tool inside and swap again the fitting and upload the video and the camera. Yeah. That's it for now. Over and out. Thank you. Let's put at the end of this video the data what I have till now. Alright? Yesterday, first of all, for the compression pressure, you saw what I did. I put the power supply, I put the jump starter, and I put also one battery, and I didn't connect it with a bolt. I just connected with a clamp that has. Okay, so you can accept half bar plus minus on these values, half bar more actually, because it was a little bit lazy in some spots. So cylinder number 1, 10 bar, 6% of leak. Cylinder number 2, a 9.8 bar, 6% of leak. Number 3, 10 bar, 7% of leak. Number 4, 10 bar, 4% of leak. Okay. 5, 8.5 bar, pressure, 26% of leak. Number 6, 8.9 bar, 23% of leak. 7, 10.8 bar, 3% of leak. And number 8, 11 bar, 1% of leak. The number 8 cylinder, if it was proper the battery of the car connected, the electricity of the car with the battery charger, and you make wide open throttle and you crank it, then you're gonna change the cam phase, the cam adjuster, and this is gonna jump to 14 bar. So the number 8, it's the healthiest cylinder from all the rest. And like I said, I believe that if you just lap the valves and you have a good seal from the valve point, you're gonna be excellent. it's a healthy engine as far as I see till now, at least. All right, keeping this also as a reference, and then I might do the same thing, and I might put the valves, you know, where it's corresponding to each cylinder, to see live how it looks like, the seat and the valve. That's it. Now that's the end. Over and out. Let's continue working. Have a nice day.